Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a long time since I've posted a video. I think it's been about a year or so, and definitely a long time since I've posted an Accutane update video. So I kind of wanted to do that. I've been getting some requests and I just want to get back into the groove of doing YouTube. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to do a post Accutane update. It's been about a year and a half since I stopped Accutane. So I kind of want to tell you where my skin, what my skin's been doing, where it's at today, and just do some close-ups. I also did want to mention, if you are new to my channel, if you found me through Accutane or whatever it is, my name is Abby. I make videos on lots of different subjects. I have 2 kids. I make family videos, lifestyle, all of that kind of stuff, beauty, everything that you can possibly think of, home renovations, all of that. So if you are interested in subscribing to my channel, click that button down below, give this video a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're new to my acne or Accutane series, or that's how you're finding me, I will put a flag up here somewhere of my playlist of all my Accutane videos, starting from before I started Accutane and why I'm starting it through, also throughout my journey. So you can go ahead and watch that if you want to kind of get up to date as far as where I'm at. But it is a year and a half post Accutane. First of all, can we even believe that it's been that long? Like, it's crazy to me that it's been a year and a half already since I stopped Accutane. I think it's been a year and a half, give or take a couple months. But my skin, we'll get into that. Okay. First, I want to mention before I start this video, and I always say this in all my Accutane videos, I do not wear makeup in these videos. So obviously I have eyebrows and I have a little bit of lipstick on, but I don't have any makeup. I literally wash my face, put moisturizer on. That is it, because I'm going to do some zoom ins on my face. There's no lights in the background or anything like that. I'm just in front of natural light, so there's no smoothing thing on my camera. I really want to give you guys a true depiction of where my skin is at, like as much as you can see it through the camera. Just because I don't want to fool you guys. Like, I want you guys to actually see my skin, the state of it, and all that jazz. Whether it's good or bad, you will be the one to determine that. So anyways, so year and a half post Accutane, I believe I was on 20 milligrams. I think it was twice a day or something like that. I don't know. Go back to my videos and I can't even remember now. So a year and a half post Accutane, my skin, well, it's been through its journey. Let's just put it that way. So basically, I would say about a year and a couple months post Accutane, my skin was doing phenomenal. Like, it was doing so well. I would barely get any breakouts, barely had much texture, anything like that going on. No blackheads, nothing like that. Unless it was like that time of the month, maybe right before, where my hormones are kind of a little wild, I'll get like a pimple or two, if that. Like, I'm saying if that. So I was really happy with the state of my skin. I just felt really good. My pigmentation was going away. I was doing some things to help with that. My skin was really looking great and I was feeling really confident. So fast forward to about August, September of 2019. So this past August, September, my kids were both starting school. My daughter was starting kindergarten, so full-time school for the first time. And I was also studying to get my real estate license. So I was studying to pass my test and do all that, which is a really big deal for me, and I hate tests, and I was really stressed out, to say the least. So it was showing through my skin, and I was getting breakouts all throughout my jawline. If I have a picture, I will I'll put it up here somewhere so you guys can see it. I don't remember if I took a picture. If not, I might have, but my skin was just starting to break out, and it was in a weird place. Like, generally my breakouts before Accutane, and you guys, if you watch my videos, you'll see like my breakout pictures and all that. It was more like in the cheek area, but this was more like in the jawline spot and almost like underneath a little bit. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I knew that I was getting breakouts because I was stressed out, but even that, it's like, doesn't everybody get stressed out? Like, people that don't have acne. I'm like, this is why I did Accutane, because I don't want my skin to constantly be going through this like thing of like it's breaking out all the time or whatever. And it was to the point where, I will say, it was not to the point pre-Accutane, it wasn't that. But it was getting to the point where every day I was waking up with a new pimple and my skin wasn't having a break. So I had a couple pimples and then I wake up with a new one, and it would kind of be in that perimeter of the face, mostly here, but just more like kind of outside of the face area. And it was getting really frustrating. I knew I had a lot of stress, like I said, so I knew that was a contributing factor to it. But also it was like, I was getting to the point where if nothing works, like, cause I was actually trying to like treat it actively. Before my skincare routine, I was being pretty simple. I was being gentle with my skin. Now I started like I just ripped it off and I was like, forget it. We're gonna like take down these pimples. Like I need to do something about this. So I started going back into like a more heavier regimen with my acne treatment, you know, at home and all that. And I even started getting facials, which I never do. And I started to kind of like really try to attack this. And it got a little bit better, but it was still there. I was still getting acne. I was still getting breakouts. When I did like a microdermabrasion facial, and that really did help, but it was a very short period of time that it helped. It didn't do it long term. Probably because I'm supposed to do it more frequently, but it's like, who has time every month to go get a facial? I don't have time. I have 2 young children. I'm now in real estate. It's just like, I don't have time for that all the time, you know? So it's one of those things where like, I was just getting a lot of those breakouts, and although there was times where it was a little bit better, I was still having at least a couple pimples on my face. And to me, that's not good. Like it's not the worst, but after I went through my Accutane journey, I really wanted my skin to be clear. I'm okay with once a month getting a breakout or something like that along those lines, but like all the time having a new fresh pimple daily, that was starting to get me upset. It was getting to the point where again, not pre-Accutane point, but to the point where I've mentioned this on my channel before, I love wearing makeup, but I don't wear makeup on the daily, and I hate the idea of having to wear makeup because I have to, not because I want to wear it for fun. I was getting to the point where I have to do things to cover up my pimples or I'm gonna feel really self-conscious. I was getting to that point where, you know, like you're starting to feel like this person's talking to me, but secretly they're looking at my pimples, you know? And I know it's worse for yourself, but still, it was just becoming that thing where it's affecting me. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't wanna be thinking about my skin when I'm out and about doing everyday life. And that's exactly what I was doing. So it was starting to affect me, and a few months passed. I was really trying to treat it myself. A few months ago, I had to, you know, get a new prescription for my birth control. So I went to my doctor, spoke with her, and the birth control that I was on was the same one I've been on when I was on Accutane. It's the same one that I've been on for years. And I just assumed that it just doesn't help with acne. Like birth control doesn't do that for me. But I was having a different side effect with my birth control, something different. And I talked to my doctor and said, hey, I really want to switch. But also like, I want to know, does birth control actually help with acne? And she talked to me, and I'm just telling you guys this just so you guys get all the information. She talked to me and she said that it can help with acne, but the only one that's actually been tested is orthotricycline for the actual treatment of acne. So I decided to switch to that. I figured I needed to try a new birth control anyways, and if it's actually for acne, like it actually helps acne, then I would rather try that. So started that. After the first month, oh my God, my skin was just breaking out still, and maybe worse. It was probably worse. I was red, blotchy. It was just all here, all like here. It was just, I was so like, what the heck is going on? And I did some research and I saw online that it takes about 3 months or so for birth control to really get in your system. So I figured this has got to be the birth control doing this. And I contemplated, should I stop it? And I contemplated, should I continue it? And I decided to just keep it going. I figured maybe it's the same thing as Accutane, that you break out those first couple months and then you start seeing results. And so I figured maybe that's what it was. So anyways, I also went to see my dermatologist because I was like, I gotta figure something out. She put me on antibiotic. I think it was minocycline. I don't remember the milligrams. And I did that, but I didn't finish the whole dosage. It helped a little bit in the very beginning, and then I was just kind of like, I was messing with my stomach a little bit, and I gave up on it because I didn't see great results with it. And then she gave me a topical antibiotic as well, something to put like in the morning. I just kind of basically stuck it out for the meantime. And as I started approaching the end of month 2, and also disclaimer, my dermatologist also thought that it could just be my birth control. Before, it was probably stress. Before, it was probably my birth control wasn't doing anything, honestly, my older one, and then stress. And then when I started a new birth control, it started to get blotchy, it started to get worse. Again, not to the point of pre-Accutane, but enough where it was really like, what the heck is going on? Like, please, but like, let's just say this was getting to the point where I did talk to my dermatologist and I said, I don't want to start Accutane again. but I'm not afraid to, and I will most certainly do so if I have to. And she said, look, let's try the antibiotic. Let's try the antibiotic topically and orally. Let's see how that works. And also let's wait out your birth control, see what happens. If not, we can. And she said it's not common, but we can go back to doing another dose of Accutane. So she said overall my skin looked great, like my actual texture of my skin. It was just those breakouts. It almost looked like a reaction. So anyways, fast forward to approaching the end of the second month, I started noticing a decrease in my pimples. I wasn't getting a new pimple every day. The pimples that I was getting were healing faster. So if the ones that I already had on my skin were healing a little bit faster, whereas before they were taking a while to heal. And things were starting to become more clear on my skin. And so I was actually getting hopeful. I'm like, okay, this maybe something good's happening. I continued my topical antibiotic. Like I said, I did stop my oral antibiotic. I did that for a few weeks, but then I was like, it was messing with my stomach a little bit and I didn't see that great of results to continue it. And then approaching now the third month, which now I'm on my third month of my new birth control, and my skin is 100% clear. I have no issues with my skin right now, other than now I have new pigmentation because of the breakouts that I was getting these past few months. But when, of course, it's like my skin was actually clear, pigmentation was clearing up all of that. And of course, I got some new pigmentation, but I'm okay with that because that's something I can handle. That's something that I can take care of. But my skin is now back to its original self. So sorry for the long story. I really wanted to give you guys the gist of it, of where my skin's been going, like what's it been doing for the past year and a half. And like I said, huge chunk of it, great. There was a little portion of time where I had stress. My birth control was kind of messing with me, I think. And I needed to make some adjustments to get my skin back to a normal place. And my dermatologist actually mentioned that she was on Accutane, and her skin, it really helped her skin. But there was, a couple months here and there where all of a sudden she'd get a breakout, whether it was because of stress or something, and she needed to just kind of start a little antibiotic for a short period of time, and then that's it, that nipped it in the bud. So she said sometimes that happens. It's just your skin goes through a lot of changes, especially as women. We have a lot of hormonal changes frequently. So it's hard when you already have acne prone skin and you're already battling the fact that you have that. I feel like the birth control that I'm on now actually helped my skin, whereas the other one that I was on never did anything for my skin. I've been on it for years, and I just assumed, oh, it's all birth controls, are just never gonna do anything. But switching it really helped. I don't know if this is something every few years I have to switch because my skin will get used to it. I will keep you guys updated on that, but hopefully not, because I'm pretty happy right now with the state of everything, my birth control, my skin. And I am gonna do a zoom in for you guys so you guys can see the pigmentation that I did get. You guys can kind of see like where my acne was through the pigmentation, but it's gotten better, I will say that. Like my pigmentation's lightened up. I've got some here, and I'm sure you guys can see it's not terrible. And like I said, I don't have any lights or no blurring effect or anything. So what you see is basically what it is. Let me make sure we're clear. Yeah, and obviously I have some freckles and stuff like that. My pores are not bad. That hasn't really gotten bad or anything like that. You can see here, this is all flat. I don't have any active pimples, but these were like there for a long time and they just wouldn't heal. And so now they're definitely gone, but the pigmentation is still there. This side was actually the worst side, to be honest. And then I will show you my forehead, a couple pigmentation spots here. Everything's smooth, no pimples, couple, like I said, pigmentation spots, that's it. And there's my nose. I'm happy with my skin. I freaked out for a little moment there, but I'm thankful that we were able to figure something out with my skin and kind of tweak it a little bit. But for those of you that are on Accutane, have finished Accutane, are breaking out, try these options. I'm not gonna say that birth control is for everyone. Now, if you are on Accutane, you have to have birth control. It is what it is. But what I'm gonna say is that if you are considering trying birth control, try, if your doctor is okay with it, try orthotricycline, because that's what was actually tested per my doctor for acne. Like that was actually tested. All birth control is supposed to help because it helps control the hormones, but orthotricycline was actually tested for it specifically. So it's working for me. I'm just letting you guys know right now I'm on month 3, well into month 3, and it is working for me, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm happy with it. I don't feel weird being on orthotricycline, but again, it is not always for everyone. So just talk with your doctor, because it could be just a couple adjustments that you need to make. in your like routine. So whether it's birth control or whether it's some sort of topical that you need to use. My skin right now, if you guys want to know as far as like, is it dry? Is it oily? Has it gone back to its oily self? Pre-Accutane, very oily. Post-Accutane, normal. And then I'm somewhere in, I would say I'm about normal skin. I do get dry, kind of more like in this area, but I try and moisturize. Other than that, my skin's pretty normal. It's not too oily. It doesn't get oily throughout the day. It doesn't get super dry all of a sudden throughout the day. It's just more, I have some dry spots, but I wouldn't say that that's like my whole skin. So I would say it's about normal. I did mention that my hair during Accutane was dry, but like in a good way, like my scalp was dry. That sounds bad, but I mean like I didn't have to wash my hair for almost a month, and I know that sounds gross, but it is nice when you don't want to wash your hair. I hate washing my hair. My hair is back to like its normal oily self, like not oily, but just it's normal. I have to wash it once a week situation. So that's normal. Pores I feel like are about the same size. Of course, you guys can go back and look at my videos and my close-ups and then compare to now. I think it's about the same size. I've had a couple blackheads before post Accutane. Nothing, no blackheads. I've accumulated a couple here, but not a lot, just a little bit. I just treat it and it goes away and it's not a big deal. Would I do Accutane again if like you guys are asking? Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, if my skin was not improving after this little fiasco that I went through, if there was no improvement, I was ready to start Accutane. I didn't want to, but I was fully ready to get back on board and just do it again because I really felt so great being acne free. I just felt so free. I felt so like, it's like this weight lifted from your shoulders. I know it sounds silly, but for you guys who have acne, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, the feeling of walking out and having people like feel like there's like, feeling like people are staring at your skin, feeling like people are looking at you and just like looking at your skin, but not you, feeling that lack of confidence. And, when I was acne free, or now that I'm acne free or whatever, I just feel like I can go out and not wear makeup and I'm okay with it. And my skin looks great and I'm happy and I'm not thinking about my skin. That's like the biggest point of it. Like, it's just, I'm not spending an hour trying to do my makeup to cover up my skin in the morning. There's just so many factors. You guys know what I'm talking about, but have hope if you are on this Accutane journey. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I always say this in my videos, even if you are post Accutane, you're having a breakout and you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? Try and do a little bit of problem solving. Talk to your dermatologist. Don't jump right into Accutane. Just think about a couple things that maybe need to be tweaked with your lifestyle, your everyday things that you're doing, skincare, maybe birth control, whatever it is that you're doing, think about that before you do that, because it could just be a couple tweaks that you need to make, and that might be it. That is my 1.5 year post Accutane journey. It is not perfect. It is not a perfect story. It is not a thing of like, I'm 1.5 years, I've had no breakouts, everything's great. No, and I feel like that's unrealistic because I feel like, let's be honest, even someone with massively clear skin who's barely had a breakout is still once in a while gonna have maybe bad skin days or something like that. So think about that. Try not to beat yourself up too much. You guys are doing everything you can and just keep working on it. Keep having a positive attitude about it. You're gonna get through this. And if you've already done Accutane and you are clear, don't freak out, you know, if you have a pimple or if you get a couple pimples. You can do this, it's okay, and that's normal too. Sometimes you're gonna have a couple pimples here and there. So I hope this video helped you guys. Please let me know in the comments below. There's a lot of you that have been doing Accutane or have been thinking about the journey, and you guys have been commenting and talking to me and private messaging me on Instagram, and I love that. Thank you guys so much. I hope that I've been able to kind of give you some insight on what's going on. I know this is kind of like a personal thing for a lot of people. You know, you don't wanna just like burst out to the world and be like, I'm on Accutane. But I'm glad that I'm able to kind of like give you guys some solace and share with you guys what's going on with my skin. So again, let me know in the comments below where your skin is at post, pre-Accutane, during Accutane, whatever part of the journey you are on. Also gonna be posting a updated skincare routine post Accutane. I've got a routine that works for me and I love it. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. It's pretty good. So look forward to that video. Should be in the next few days or something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you wanna see more from me, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.